Hello everyone, let's read verses number 136 and 137 of chapter 2 in the Quran. It says, قُولُوا آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ, say that we have believed in Allah and مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْنَا, and what was sent down to us. What is it talking about? It's talking about the Quran here, right? And then وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ وَالْأَسْبَاطِ, and what was sent down to Abraham and Ishmael and Isaac and Jacob and the descendants al-Asbat, who are the sons of Jacob. They call them as Asbat or patriarchs. And وَمَا أُوتِيَ Musa wa Isa, and what was given to Moses and Jesus. And وَمَا أُوتِيَ النَّبِيُّونَ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ, and what was given to all the prophets, and Nabiyun, all the prophets from their Lord. And then it says, and you have to testify that, you have to say that. Remember, it says what? قُولُوا. It means you have to say this. You have to bear witness to this. You have to testify to this. A true believer has to testify, have to bear witness to this. So you have to say this. This is a prayer. This is something that you have to say. Quran commands you to say it. And not only say it, but also do it. And then what do you have to say later? It says, لا نفرق بين أحد منهم. It means we do not differentiate between any one of them. We don't say that this one is better than the other one, or the book that was given to this one is better than the other one, or I believe in this one but I don't believe in the other one, or I follow this one but I don't follow the other one. You have to say لا نفرق بين أحد منهم. We make no distinctions amongst any of them. وَنَحْنُ لَهُ مُسْلِمُونَ, and we have submitted to our Creator. We have submitted to Allah. We have submitted to Yahweh, the God of the Bible, the God of the Quran, the God of Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad. So this is something that a true believer has to say and do. And let's go to the next verse. It says, فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَقَدْ اهْتَدُوا. It means if they believe in the same way, in the same thing that you believe in, then they have been rightly guided. So basically, if you believe this way, then you are rightly guided. Remember, you have to believe this way. It's not just about saying it. I mean, the word is cheap. It's about acting it. It's about believing in it. It's about having faith in it. Not just going around and saying, yes, I believe in all the prophets, but I don't believe in any of their books. That's just the words of mouth. Those are lies. That is considered hypocrisy. Quran is saying that you have to say this, you have to believe in it, you have to act like you believe in it, right? And then it says, وَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَإِنَّمَا هُمْ فِي شِقَاقٍ. It says, if they turn away, if they don't believe this way, then you know that they are in dissension, they are in rebellion, they are transgressing against our Creator. And then it says, فَسَيَكْفِيكَهُمُ اللَّهُ. It means Allah will be sufficient for you against them. And He's all hearing, all knowing. So this is the manifesto of a true believer. So you cannot be a true believer in Allah without abiding by these two verses. This is your manifesto. This is a foundational concept. Now let's look at verse number 285 of chapter 2. It says, آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون. It means the messenger believed, fully believed in what was sent down to him from his Lord, and the believers also. So the messengers and the true believers believed, fully believed in what was sent down to the messenger. And then kullun, all of them, the messenger and the true believers, kullun, all of them believed in Allah and his angels and all his books, not only the Quran, all his books and all his messengers. And they said, La nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusulih. We do not make any distinctions between any of his messengers. We do not differentiate amongst them. So people come to me and ask me, are you a Quran alone? Are you a Quranist believer? Are you a Quranyun? You only follow the Quran and nothing else. But in the sense, the way they ask these questions, the way this thing is spreading around us is that Quran alone or a Quranist person technically doesn't believe in anything but the Quran. So if you do this, what does that mean? It means that you disbelieve in Quranic verses that I just read for you. It means you're going to disbelieve in the Quran verse number 136 of chapter 2 and verse number 285 of chapter 2, in addition to other verses. But I'm just, as a prime example, I'm talking about. So if you disbelieve in these verses and other verses in the Quran, what does that mean? It means that you disbelieve in the Quran. If you disbelieve in the Quran, what does that mean? It means that you are not going to be a Quranist, you are not going to be a Quran alone, you're not going to be a Quraniyun. Because if you follow the Quran, you have to believe in these verses. So it's a vicious cycle. So if you are a Quran alone, if you are a true Quran alone, if you are a true Quranist, then you have to believe in the book of Isaiah. You have to believe in the Old Testament. You have to believe in the Torah. You have to believe in the Dead Sea Scrolls. You have to believe in the one and only gospel that is not available to us, but it was available at the time of the Prophet. But you have to believe in all of Allah's book. I'm not talking about the gospel according to Matthew or gospel. Those are not gospels. Those are books of hadith, similar to hadith Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. I'm talking about the true original gospel. I just want to make sure that I clarify that was available at the time of the Prophet. So you cannot be a Quran alone in the sense that I don't believe in any other books but the Quran. So what about the Islamic sects like the Sunni, the Shia, all these traditional Muslims? What about them? They claim that they believe in the Quran. They claim that they believe in Old Testament. They believe in all of God's prophets. When you talk to them, you hear these beautiful words like music. But do they? First of all, when it comes to the Quran, if you talk to all of them, look at the comments under my videos. They say that the Quran is not complete. Why is it not complete? They say if you follow the Quran, you don't know how to perform Salah. I have a playlist of how to perform Salah. Quran is so detailed on the number of rak'ah, on the units of Salah, on the time of Salah, on how to perform it. Everything is in the Quran. They have created their own Salah, and they can't find the instructions for the version of Salah that they have created. Because of that, they say the Quran doesn't talk about Salah and how it needs to be performed. Every movement of Salah is in the Quran. I have an example. I actually say that Salah, perform that Salah, a very short version of it myself, so that you can actually see how Salah needs to be performed in accordance to Quranic instructions. Everything about Salah is in the Quran. When it comes to fasting, the same way. Quran is incomplete. The instruction is not in the Quran. The instruction is in the Quran. 3 examples are in the Quran. The instruction is also in the Bible, and the examples are also in the Bible. And I have videos of fasting according to the Quran and fasting according to the Bible. And it's the exact same thing. The same with Salah. It's the exact same thing, both in the Bible and in the Quran. And then the zakah, they're like, oh, we don't know how to perform zakah if you follow the Quran. The instruction for the zakah is in the Quran, and I have the videos on it as well. And then they come back and tell you, oh, if you follow the Quran, you don't know how to wash your face, you don't know how to wash your bottom. A 2-year-old child knows how to wash his or her face. It's not rocket science. Washing your face or washing your bottom doesn't require any instructions. Just wash it. If we don't have the hadith, we don't know with which foot we should enter the restroom. It's because it doesn't matter with which foot you should enter the restroom. It's okay. Enter with your right foot or with your left foot, or jump both feet into the restroom. It doesn't matter. Do it whatever pleases you. And then the current traditional Muslims, they claim that they believe in all the messengers and all the prophets, but at the same time that they're claiming that, they say that all of these books have been changed, so none of them is worthy to be followed. So, in a summary, they claim they believe in the Quran, but Quran is not complete. Because of that, they have the hadith, so technically hadith changes everything in the Quran, such as Salah, Zakah, fasting, calendar, months, forbidden months, haram months, everything has been changed over there. And then they claim they believe in Allah's messengers, but then they say all of their books have been changed, so it's not worthy to be followed. So the only thing that has miraculously survived and has not changed at all is the hadith and their fiqh and their scholars. For some reason, everything else changed or is not sufficient except for the hadith and fiqh and their scholars that are perfect and did not change. Isn't that convenient? That's hypocrisy at its max. And the Quran is understood in the light of hadith. However, the Quran already told us about this. It says, أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الَّذِينَ يَذْعُمُونَ أَنَّهُمْ آمَنُوا بَمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. Didn't you see? Didn't you know this? Didn't you consider those who claim, who suppose that they actually believe in what was sent down to you? What was sent down to the Prophet was Quran. So these people claim, they suppose that they believe in the Quran. As I mentioned, they say that, they claim that, they suppose that. And also, وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ, and what was sent down before you. It means all of those books that I mentioned before Prophet Muhammad. They only claim that, they only suppose that, they're not doing it, any of that. And that's what this verse in the Quran is teaching us. So these people even existed at the time of Prophet Muhammad. These were the hypocrites. These are the Umayyads. Then it says, يُرِيدُونَ أَن يَتَحَاكَمُوا إِلَى الطَّاغُوتِ. They constantly, it says that constantly want to seek religious decree, fatwa, sharia from taghut, from the devil, from those who have rebelled against Allah. فَقَدْ أُمِرُوا أَن يُكْفِرُوا بِهِ. They have been commanded to disbelieve in it. They have been commanded only to believe in Allah and His verses and His words and His books. That's the only thing they have been commanded to do. They want to seek judgment. They want to seek religious decree. They want to seek Sharia law from other sources, from Taghut, from the Hadith. And then it says, وَيُرِيدُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَن يُضِلَّهُمْ ضَلَالًا بَعِيدًا. And the devil wants to mislead them far astray. So once again, we believed in Allah and what was sent down to us. What was sent down to us? The Quran. And we believe in Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, descendants. And what was given to Moses, Jesus, and what was given to all the prophets from their Lord. We have to believe in all these. But where is the hadith in here? Where is the commandment to believe in the hadith in here? Where is the commandment to believe in Sahih Bukhari, in Sahih Muslim? Where is it? And if you believe like this, then you have believed. فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَقَدْ اهْتَدُوا. If you believe like this, like what I mentioned, like this verse, then you are true believers. And if you turn away from this, then you are in dissension. You're in rebellion. So it doesn't matter if you're Quranyun, Quran alone, if you're a traditional Muslim. You have to believe this way. This is from the Quran. Anything outside of this box, you're in rebellion, you're in transgression, you're in dissension. This is so easy to understand. I don't know how these religious scholars For 1400 years, they see and read these verses, but they don't have eyes that see. They don't have hearts that comprehend. They don't have ears that hear. They read these verses, but they're blind to it. Again, the next verse, the messenger and all the believers, they all believed in Allah. They all believed in His angels and His books and His messengers. Again, where is the hadith in here? And that's exactly verse number 60 of chapter 40. Those who claim, who suppose they believe in the Quran and they believe in all the books before the Quran. They say that, that's what they say. However, in action, they disbelieve in the Quran and they disbelieve in all the books before the Quran as well. They disbelieve in Allah and they disbelieve in all of Allah's messengers and prophets as well. May Allah guide us all to His right path. Peace and blessings to all of you.